Yosemite is just one of those places where we can go and have a natural soundscape of birds that, we might not think about it since we're looking for bears or looking for waterfalls. And if it were missing, we would definitely notice. It would be a pretty boring Yosemite without the birdsong. They are using their sight and they are using sound to defend their territory and to interact with other birds. But song for them is so much more effective. They can broadcast out their song and other birds are tuning into that song and know, like, okay, that's that bird's territory.
I picture it like a fence around a bird's territory, a fence of sound, though. And if you pay attention to where a bird is, you can almost picture that fence around them. What we hear is these beautiful, melodic tributes to morning. When we write poetry about the birdsong, sometimes it can be violence, sometimes it can be deep-rooted, this is my territory, but it's powerful stuff, that singing.
They work it out. They duke it out with their songs. We should all do that. That would be better. More melodious world. Nice. Bullock's Oriole. Males of most species have one distinct song that they use regardless of whether or not they're defending their territory or attracting a female. But in North America, when we hear song, it's almost always the males.
Picture a Catton's finch, singing this song that's elaborate and that brings in all these sounds he's heard through his life. And it just can go on and on. The longer the song is, the more fitness that male bird is showing. He's showing that he's got lung capacity that can do this. That tells the female birds that this is going to be a good mate for her, a good father for her offspring.
I think the diversity of birdsong is surprising to people when they can start separating out the different songs and the different calls. Brown-headed cowbird. Yellow-rumped warbler just sang from over here again. Song sparrow. Yellow-rumped. Black-headed grosbeak. The yellow warbler is singing its heart out over here. McGillivray's warbler singing from over there. The juncos are definitely up to something. Most of the juncos at this point are nesting. And that's why we're not hearing quite as much singing of juncos anymore, because they're focused on nesting activities. Although the male, he will definitely bust out in song if he hears another junco singing, because they're still defending their territories.
And the hermit thrush, maybe the most complex song. They use two notes at the same time. And that's a song that literally seems to turn on at the start of the breeding season in the high country, and then one day it's done, and you feel like, summer's over.
Most birds do have an agitation call. So if somebody gets a predator or one of us humans gets too close to their nest, they'll give this little agitation call. It's usually a single note that's kind of harsh. That's your warning, get away from the nest.
when we tune into birds and we hear that emergency call that a bird is doing in the forest, it makes us look, whether we're conscious of it or not. Maybe it's a primitive part of us that really gets to tune in. And once we do, there's a level of excitement to experiencing a natural or wild place like Yosemite that we'll feel something deeper than we would otherwise.